Hey everybody, it's Callous. Welcome back to the Callous Draft League Finals. It is Black, White, Magic. That's Kingu, team captain of Purple on the bottom, and Pimmelbude, Steve on the top, on the green team. Alrighty, here is their match. It is a best of one. This was done in the team draft format, and a link to their draft, as always, is in the description. So Kingu on the bottom, Regirock lead, advantage against the Zapdos lead for Steve. Rock Slide there, even with Stab, is underwhelming against Skarm at just 17%. Spikes and T-Wave respectively. Now Zam comes in, and full para, so not clear if he was going to roar that out or just go for another spike or what, but Skarm will play the rest of this game without its leftovers. It's a pretty good drill peck there. Zam will actually die if he gets off another, but an unfortunate full para, and the fact that he took that much from an unboosted Thunder Punch, and that he took that little from the Rock Slide, makes me think that he is impish and or heavily physically defensively invested rather than special defense. Regardless, Shadow Ball there, super effective on Dusclops. Better Shadow Ball back with Stab. Looks like Claydol has the edge here, though, because it's a 3-hit KO for both, and the doll, like basically everything, is faster than Dusclops, though he is burnt now, so future Shadow Balls will do a lot less. Going to go for it anyway, does 20%. Pain Split there is going to get him well out of range of anything but a crit, and it might even survive a crit, depending on the damage roll. 20% there is not going to do it, and that Shadow Ball will. So the first KO for Steve. Here comes Alakazam looking for the revenge kill, but he's not going to allow it. He's going to instead fodder off the Skarm. Fair enough. So one layer is always going to have. Blastoise now going to try to finish off the Zam, but Kingu isn't going to allow that, and he's going to go to his Blissey for the first time. It's going to be on a clock with Toxic. T-Bolt there, meh, 30% in a sandless game. Blastoise will be just fine. Protect for a little bit more lefties, and to milk the Toxic damage. Strictly advantageous turn for Steve. And now he's going to go for Focus Punch. And that turns out to not be all that great because it comes in to a resisted and intimidated Gyarados. T-Wave there, great move, wrong target. Swampert is going to blank that, so he did opt to bring double bulky water here, which is one of the things we talked about in the video. And he's got HP Electric in mind for that Gyarados, which is pretty devastating there, 75%. The follow-up Focus Punch, right idea. Blissey obviously an even better target, but still does a third to the Regirock. Massive defense stats, so he took that pretty well. Rock Slide breaking substitute is only because it was a critical hit, but this follow-up Rock Slide, which is not a critical hit, of course, fails to break it. So now, safely behind a sub, going to click Surf, and Regirock bites the dust. Lead regained for Steve, 5-4, and he's got an unrevealed in the back. Last poke meta, of course, for Kingu. Psychic and Surf respectively. Metagross we see is faster here, and he's going to go for Psychic again. This time he connects with Zapdos for 41%. Thunderbolt there, 41% also, and a 10% para add-on is pretty lucky, but the Psychic does get off, so Zapdos goes down. Swampert, of course, is now faster, though, because of the para, and that is going to enable the Surf Revenge kill to leave us again with Steve up him on, 4-3. Still hasn't shown the last. Dusclops comes into Ice Beam. Got to be very careful of Pain Split here. Blissey only stays in if she's confident she can kill. That might have been a damage roll, but it's a cooperative damage roll, and Dusclop bites it. So we've got ourselves now a 3-3 situation. Steve still has not shown that last poke. Gyarados comes in, pretty low from before. Handles a Surf, no problem with that hefty base special defense. And Swampert, that we know has HP Electric, comes in. That is definitely going to check this Gyara. I don't think Gyara can even kill it with a crit. Not even close. That's HP Rock rather than HP Flying. And obviously, Hidden Power Electric is going to get him there. So that leaves us in a 3-2. Steve again in the lead and still has not shown the mystery last poke. Thunderbolt there with a critical hit on the Blastoise. This is a 32% follow-up, leaving Blastoise at just 9%. And all he can do here is put a Toxic on Bliss. Focus Punch, which Zam is going to resist, but it's just too low, so it's going to die anyway. So now it is Blissey against the world, and the world in this case is Swampert, and we don't know the last, but theoretically possible for Blissey to win here depending on what the last is. Ice Beam, fair enough, 22%. Well, based on that damage roll, it doesn't look like the follow-up Ice Beam will actually break this sub, so that is an issue. The slower substitute user hides behind it, gets a focus punch off, and indeed, the Blissey does not break it, so we will never even see the last poke for Steve. He's just going to focus punch one more time. Blissey will go down, and just like that, another match win for the green team. So far, it's been all green. I mean, it's early on in this, but that is a 2-0 victory for green. So purple is going to have to do a little bit of catching up. 2-0, not insurmountable, but you don't want to let it get too much more than that. Things might get out of hand. I wonder what the last poke was. He did actually show team here, which in this format, unlike the individual format, you don't have to, but out of curiosity, I'm going to take a look. The last Pokemon was... It was Belly Drum Charizard with Salak Berry. So that probably would have gotten the better end against Blissey here as well. But doesn't matter. Swampert takes it out. And we've got ourselves a 2-0 series lead for the green team. Plenty of matches left to play. Plenty of room for a comeback. Keep it here. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.